1550 WCTC.
It is 7:37. We're back on Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. 732-545-9282 is our number. We have a toll-free number as well, 888-545-9282. Keep those handy. You want to call in and talk about Starbucks. You want to talk about police beatings on the beach in Wildwood. You want to talk about anything. Or take a try at winning our contest, which we'll get to a little bit later on, for the 4 tickets for the Quick Check New Jersey Festival of Ballooning. And we'll give you the chance at those coming up. It's a Tell a Friend Tuesday morning, and that means we get to talk to Barry Blank from National Estate Jewelry Buyers today. Our weekly segment that we call What's It Worth? And we're talking about kind of keeping things close to home on this edition of the show. Barry, good morning. Welcome back to WCTC. How are you, my friend?
I'm wonderful. How are you today?
I'm good. Good to talk to you today. And it seems like there's kind of a misconception out there that you have to go to the city for everything. You want to get you want to maybe be a Broadway star, maybe you have to do that. But if you want to get top prices for jewelry and gold and things, you absolutely do not have to go to New York City. That's correct, right?
That's 100% correct. People come in to me all the time, and at one point in the negotiation, they say, "Do you think I'd get a better price in New York City?" And I tell them, well, I think I tell them a lot about myself and where I came from and all my training. I mean, I was trained personally at GIA in residence, the Gemological Institute of America, and became a graduate gemologist in 1978 to 1979. And the passing grade for that certification was only 100%. You could not become a gemologist.
Wow.
Unless you passed it with 100%.
Does that standard still hold true today, too, Barry?
I'm sure it does.
Wow.
The price of the tuition has gone slightly higher too than my $1,600 that I started with.
Yeah, I'm sure it's got up a little bit.
Any idea how much that was?
You paid $1,600 in what, the late 70s?
Yeah.
I don't know, 10 times as much, 16,000.
22,000.
Wow. Wow. That's pretty awesome. And about the whole thing about should I go to New York City, the last time I checked, Barry, in New York City, they use U.S. currency just like we use here in New Jersey. There's nothing different about that.
That's a good point.
That's what I thought.
I even worked for somebody who was not legit. For about 2 weeks, I couldn't handle it. I won't mention his name, although he's not alive any longer.
Wow.
He used to charge just to know the scams, he used to charge a reverse sales tax, which was illegal and unfounded, unheard of. So if you bought something you for $100, he paid you $92 in change because he charged them an 8% reverse sales tax.
Wow. Rather unscrupulous, I would say. Right. If not flat out illegal.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say rather unscrupulous, if not flat out illegal, right?
Flat out illegal.
Yeah. So talk about some of your early gigs doing this. You went to school there in the city. Talk about some of the first jobs that you had.
My first job was with Christies, and I don't know if you know who Christies or what company Christies is, but 2 of the world's largest auction galleries are Sotheby's and Christies, and I worked in the jewelry department at Christies.
Wow.
And I even opened the Christie's East Auction Gallery for jewelry, silver, and watches. And this was also in 1979, 1980. Just after I left school, I saw some of the biggest, most important pieces of jewelry ever. $1 million diamond rings, $2 million, a pink diamond, a watch with a crystal that was a diamond. Really beautiful jewelry.
I mean, you kind of hit the ground running then. I'm sure people are like, well, you know what? Take your time. There's, you're not going to see great things right off the get-go. Here you are working with Christie's, one of your first jobs. That's really incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. In order to get that job, I had to identify a large diamond with a large emerald with nothing inside it except this little tiny crystal that told me it was synthetic, man-made.
You had an eye for this business, I think, from day one, Barry.
Yeah. Well, my parents were in the business. My grandparents were in the business.
Really?
My mother's mother and father were my grandfather Bert was a jeweler.
Nice name.
He had Bert the jeweler. He went under the name Golden Horn, and he manufactured jewelry in his workspace. And my grandmother had a booth on 47th and 6th Avenue in one of the jewelry exchanges, and she sold the jewelry. And Then my father retired from pharmacy at about the same time my mother opened an antique shop in our garage, believe it or not.
How about that? Wow.
And then moved to an antique store at first called the Horse's Head Antiques, but that stopped being the Horse's Head Antiques when they got mailed to Mr. and Mrs. Head.
Okay. Oh, is that right? Okay.
And they became true, and they became the Cheval Blanc or the White Horse. And they did trade shows from Florida to Rhode Island to Massachusetts to Las Vegas to California and all around the country. So
not bad. And your grandparents, that's not a bad piece of real estate either. 47th and 6th in the middle of Manhattan, not a bad place to do business.
And the thing is, she remembered everybody's name, and that's what she remembered, the children and the grandchildren and the cousins. And you came to my grandmother; she's better than me, and she would say, "How is so and so, and how is and what?" And she developed a great business.
See that's great. See, that's such an important part of having a good business, Barry, and I'm sure you carry that from your grandparents. Get to know people, know their names, know their families, greet them by their name when they walk in the front door. And it's amazing the relationships that you'll forge with people. Yeah.
So it's really important. So I even worked in the Caribbean. I know I'm jumping around, but I worked in the Caribbean
You
for
did?
a company named Spritzer and Furman, who was by order of the Queen of Holland. They had stores in Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, and St. Martin. I worked in Curacao. We did work in Aruba. And I was in St. Martin for 3 years. Can you imagine that?
Did you miss snow? Did you miss frosted windshields or something? Is that why you came back? I'm sure you didn't deal with that at all down there.
Yeah, right. Maybe some hail, but no, we didn't deal with that.
Okay.
But it was 82 degrees all year round.
Oh, that's beautiful. Real nice, real nice. And at what point in your life, Barry, did you say, I could see myself doing this for the rest of my working years?
Always wanted to be
That's awesome.
my own business.
Wow.
I told my parents I'd never go into the antique business. A lot of good that did.
Excellent stuff. But again, today's segment is about saving people the trip. Listen, don't drive on the Turnpike.
Right.
Don't go to Lincoln Tunnel. You want to get top dollar, keep it right here in Jersey, and go see Barry in East Brunswick. That's the bottom line here.
That's the bottom line, because all my training was in New York City. I was trained here by Christies in London and in New York City. They put me in the silver vaults in Christie's King Street, and they showed me how to figure out forgeries and fakes. And also in their subsidiary gallery called South Kensington, I went and I learned how to actually run an auction in catalog jewelry in silver.
That's great. And that's what I love about a business like yours right here in Jersey, Barry, is you've got the best training in the world. You've gone to the best institutions. You've worked in the greatest places for your industry. And now you're bringing that experience and that knowledge and that passion. You're bringing it right back here to New Jersey. And when people do that, it really makes just a great business market for all of us here, for what you're doing, no matter what industry people train in. If someone goes and trains to be a chef in New York City, or they go to learn music in New York City, and they share their passion and their work here in Jersey, I think it's what makes Jersey such a great place. And it's people like you and what you're doing here and what you've been doing for almost 20 years at National Estate is just remarkable. So keep up the great work and keep people in Jersey, Barry. That's what we want.
Me too.
Absolutely. So if you're selling jewelry, diamonds, watches, coins, artwork, has anybody brought any artwork into the store lately, Barry?
Sure. We've had Dali's in. We've had some Picassos in. I brokered some pieces. I think I told you last week. I brokered a piece of artwork that brought over $100,000 recently.
That's amazing. Somebody brought a Picasso into the store recently. You didn't call me.
But I got to tell you one more thing.
Sure.
Unless I'm tied up for the next 2 Tuesdays, I'll be calling in from Ireland.
Oh yeah. Oh nice.
Yeah.
Vacation, business. What's going on over there?
I'm on a 10-day tour with my wife, her sister, and their mother, believe it or not, who's 87. Joan is 87. I'm going to be 88 before
Wow.
the trip.
That's awesome.
And we're on a 10-day trip to Ireland, so I'm going to do the best I can. And please understand me if for some reason I don't call.
Sure.
But I plan on calling because it'll be in the afternoon.
Maybe you'll be doing free evaluations of emeralds or something while you're over there. So
we're not going to get to Stonehenge to see the stones. But,
right.
Yeah.
All right, very cool. But, of course, keep in mind they've got the free verbal evaluation days every Tuesday. Really quickly, Barry, as we're wrapping up, talking what's starting Friday and next week And this week, rather, you're having a special sale on some jewelry pieces. What's that about?
We haven't even gotten the signs up yet.
Okay.
This is like an inside deal. Starting almost immediately, in the next day or two, we're having a blowout sale for all costume jewelry and sterling jewelry. The sterling jewelry is going to be priced per gram, and I'm allowing my staff to do all the pricing and negotiating, and it's thousands of pieces of costume and silver.
That's great.
So,
and you know what? With the summer weather here, Barry, people are going to be going to dinner and restaurants and functions down at the Jersey Shore. Imagine getting a nice new wardrobe and just topping it off with that absolutely perfect piece of jewelry to kind of bring it all together. How exciting would that be for somebody, right?
That'd be amazing.
Oh, man. Yeah, good stuff. So National Estate Jewelry Buyers, Route 18, East Brunswick, 18 years and going strong. And Barry, safe trip, and hopefully we'll be able to talk next week from the Emerald Isle. Hopefully we'll be able to connect and have another installment of our show, okay?
My pleasure.
And safe travel either way, and thanks for the time this morning, my friend.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right, thank you. There he goes. What's it worth with Barry Blank, and he'll be checking